Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to Continental Aspire Soccer. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss another one of our explain videos or one of our insightful podcasts. Today we are going to be delving into the Belgian giants Anderlecht. In the current day, Vincent Kompanys is the man in charge and is the club's biggest success story. However, Anderlecht are a fascinating club and have a long list of talent produced and have a record in Europe that beats even the likes of Bayern Munich. Let's begin. Anderlecht is one of 19 municipalities, basically small areas, that makes up the Belgian capital city of Brussels. The area itself is tiny, and if it wasn't for the football team, many people would never have heard of the place today. Brussels is a city which rarely features in the news, but the city has a very positive reputation and a multicultural background. There are over 100 languages spoken inside the community, and the city is home to over 180 nationalities. Anderlecht have a very unique focus on the capital city, but more on that later. Anderlecht FC were founded in 1908, and despite taking 20 years to make it to the top flight of Belgian football, Anderlecht have remained at the Jupiler Pro League for nearly 90 years. Anderlecht also have an astonishing record in Europe. Anderlecht FC somehow managed to qualify for European football, that's Champions League and UEFA Cup, every single year from 1956 to 2018. That's an incredible 62-year-long record. That is a better record than Chelsea, Arsenal, PSG and even Bayern Munich. While Anderlecht have been outstandingly consistent in Europe, they sadly do not have quite the trophy haul to match it. Anderlecht have just the UEFA Cup and 2 UEFA Cup Winners' Cups to their name. In the League 2, they have fallen off since 2018, especially since the takeover of Vincent Kompanys as manager. What Anderlecht have though is a glorious modern history of player development. Besides Vincent Kompanys spending 6 years at the club, Wolves midfielder Leander Dendoncker joined the Anderlecht as a 14-year-old and stayed until he was 24. Current Porto centre-back Chancel Mbemba has also spent 3 years at Anderlecht before his 21st birthday. Alexander Mitrovic, Dennis Pratt and Lucas Biglia all played over 90 games for the club too. However, the headliners are clearly Youri Tielemans and Romelu Lukaku. While Lukaku spent 5 years at Anderlecht, leaving at 18 years old to join Chelsea, Youri Tielemans spent 15 years at the club before joining Monaco in 2017. It's interesting to note though how much of a stir particularly Lukaku caused in Belgium during his breakthrough at the club. He graduated from the Anderlecht Academy in 2009 and at 16 years old became the top scorer in Belgium for the 09-10 season, scoring 15 and assisting 5 times in 25 matches. He even grabbed 4 goals and 5 assists in the Europa League too, when Anderlecht reached the quarter-finals of the competition in 2009-10. To this day, that makes him the youngest ever scorer across any European competition. Due to Anderlecht being one of Belgium's most decorated clubs, they've collated a lot of talent even after they graduate to the senior level. Adnan Januzaj, Dries Mertens and Michy Batshuayi all spent considerable time at the club. In fact, for the 2018 World Cup, 35% of the Belgian squad had spent time at Anderlecht. This is because Anderlecht have a famous reputation not just in Belgium but across continental Europe. Players like Youri Tielemans, who joined the club before he was 7 years old, have boasted well about the club's catering towards youngsters. And we at Continental Aspire Soccer have the inside scoop of some of the practices and teachings taught by the academy. We've seen different clubs around the world with their mottos and strategies, like Chelsea aiming to build the world's biggest home of talent and Le Havre taking a school-like perspective to produce Pogba and Mahrez, and PSV building humble technical players like Steven Bergwijn. Anderlecht though have a few unique qualities that makes them different to these clubs. For one, they focus their talent capture just on the city of Brussels, with the academy director John Kindermans explaining that the club aims to claim the best talent under 13 years old in Brussels. Anderlecht will only give very few special exceptions to players outside of Brussels, as they really do not look to bring any outsiders in. This is because Anderlecht are very focused on the community and are deeply ingrained in Brussels culture. They celebrate the stories of Vincent Kompanys, who worked hard coming from a humble family and getting the Brussels tram home late at night after training extra sessions. Kompanys is a perfect example of one of the other club's aims, which is to create UEFA Champions League level players by the time kids are aged 18. Academy coaches are actually instructed to watch all UCL matches and analyse them on a regular basis to keep up with the modern game. This clearly helps the club keep up their fantastic European qualification record. Whether it's a 16-year-old Lukaku or a 21-year-old Dennis Praet, the club's graduates helps them stay relevant. Moving forward is important for Anderlecht, and it is something they had to do in the past decade. At the beginning of the decade, youngsters were trained in a purely possession-based 3-4-3 system, but as football has become more direct and efficient, the club mirrored this. Rather than that more regimented focus, the aim now is to create technically proficient players able to press the opposition from a young age. The club training philosophy in 2021 is win the ball, keep the ball, progress, create, finish, win. Despite this emphasis on moving forward and staying relevant, Anderlecht have come into trouble in recent years. Firstly, the club sunk into financial troubles. By the end of the 18-19 season, their debt levels amounted to over €100 million, and they failed to qualify for Europe for the first time in 62 years, halting the previously mentioned sensational record. In their darkest hour, the club turned to Vincent Kompanys as he took over as manager in July of 2019 in his first coaching role. Since then, Anderlecht have struggled in the league and suffered some damaging results. At the beginning of the 2021 season, they were thoroughly outplayed by Club Brugge. The team from northern Belgium have taken the sword to Anderlecht in recent years, winning 4 out of the last 6 possible league seasons, and at the time of recording currently lead Anderlecht by 10 points at the top of the Belgian top flight. The club has also seen some of its golden talent leave in recent years. In 2019, Leander Dendoncker made the permanent move to Wolves, and so did Alexis Saelemaekers, who left for AC Milan. The right winger has 8 goal contributions in 32 Milan appearances. In 2020, highly touted winger Jeremy Doku also left for Rennes in France. The right winger has also so far took his time adapting to the tough league of Ligue 1, but Rennes sporting director Florian Maurice believes Doku can follow in the footsteps of Juninho, a former Ligue 1 attacker with a very famous reputation in France. With this current state of the club, Anderlecht's future may look precarious. However, with their strong youth structure and pedigree, we at Continental Aspire Soccer expect the club to rise back to the top of Belgian football sooner rather than later. That rise could be spearheaded by Albert Lokonga, a 21-year-old midfielder who graduated from the academy in 2017. While he is still a little prone to mistakes, giving away a silly penalty against Brugge early in the season, he shows a lot of talent. Only a handful of players in the Belgian top flight have intercepted the ball more times than Lokonga this season, and on top of that, Lokonga has shown he has great vision and decision making. On top of this, 21-year-old Hannes Delcroix looks to be a very promising centre-back. The defender has dribbled past less than 0.5 times per game. He has also been called up to the Belgian national team already, and he broke multiple records in physical tests while he was at the Anderlecht Academy. Anderlecht are a glorious club with an underrated history. They tell their fans and players to turn their passion into their profession. We can't wait to see where these players and this wonderful club goes in the near future. Thank you for listening to Continental Aspire Soccer. Do not forget to press the like button and subscribe. See you soon.